You were in the scrap metal
Yeah,
business?
scrap metal business back in 2008. We was making a lot of money, probably anywhere from $20,000 to $30,000 a month. We were hauling probably close to probably about 60 cars a month, 60 to 100 cars a month. We
Where
buy
do you
them and send. Just laying around junk.
drive around?
Well, I had an ad in the paper. We buy junk cars, and people will call me.
Just cars?
Cars, trucks, even buses.
And you pick it up for free?
Normally, I pay them for it. I pay them like anywhere from $150 to $300. Catalytic converters at that time were going for average price was anywhere from $100 to $200 a piece for a catalytic converter. Some of the cars had four of them on there.
So you get them from the scrap?
I get them from individuals.
Individuals?
I take them to the scrap.
Remember in Shreveport a couple of years ago, there was several car thefts?
Oh yeah, yeah. They were stealing catalytic converters too, going up in there and cutting them off because they were lucrative. You got some catalytic converters that were going for $800. Those Hyundais and those and what's the other one? The Kias. Yeah, you got two of them that goes for like $400 each. That's a lot of money.
Where's it located? Catalytic converter.
Oh, it's located in the exhaust. It's up under the the car goes to your headers. Some of them just have one catalytic converter, but some of them have two. Some of them have four. The Fords, like in the 90s and early 2000s, they had four of them. And the Pre's, the little ones, were way more worth more money than the bigger ones.
What does the scrappers want with old refrigerators? Because I had one in the marketplace and had it sitting back there. This truck come along and we're looking for that refrigerator. They were wanting it.
Oh yeah, it's 10. It's actually just 10. 10 is right now. Today is March the 25th, 2025. Scrap metal is not good right now. Scrap metal is like $5 a hundred. That's a good price. That's about the best price, which is basically $100 a ton. When I was selling scrap at the height, they was going for $14 a hundred, which is like $280 to $300 a ton, which is a lot. So you got a refrigerator weighs about
it was a residential fridge.
300 pounds at the most. When it was up at this height, the highest, you probably could have got $45 for that refrigerator just for scrap. But now you can only get about, let's see, $5 a hundred, maybe 20 bucks, 25.
So it was a gold mine for them. When they saw that listed for free, just pick it up, get it out of there.
I mean, people can do a hustle. And when prices was that high, you can make $100, $200 a day easy. You got a truck.
4 years ago.
3 or 4 years ago, prices was up a little bit.
What do you sell it?
What place I sell? I sell this place in Texarkana. It's called Tri-State Metals. Right now, I sell my cars to Pipes. You pull it. Yeah, which Tri-State owns them, so I don't have to take it as far. Yeah, so I do pretty good. I still do all right. I mean, I'm not in it. I mean, I'm just kind of like part-time in it. But if I was to do it full-time, I probably could make a really, really good living right at this moment. You know what I'm saying?
Ever been in a dangerous situation?
Yeah. I was carrying a bus, like a school bus, and I was coming in making a payload, and my tire came off on my trailer. But I still made it. I got that bus for free, and I made $1,700 on it just for taking it to the scrap.
How far did you have to haul it?
About 75 miles.
And you were just pulling it?
Yeah, but I had to get it up on there. I had a winch. I had a winch to winch it up on there. But I've carried fire trucks. I bought fire trucks and I took time to take all the brass off of it. The brass that's like $2 or $3 a pound. Per brass. You got your copper. See what you do when you get a car. What I used to do, I used to get the car, and if it had aluminum rims on it, I would take those off. At that time, you can get $20 a piece for aluminum rims. Okay, so that's $80 right there. If I pay $200 for the car, so I'm down now. You take the $80 off of that, I'm at $120 actually that I paid for the car. If I paid $200, then they had a couple of converters on there. Well, if they was worth $100 a piece at that time, I had two of them on there. So now I'm making about $80 right now. When I sell the actual vehicle, I take the battery out. If I got a battery out, I get $10 for the battery. There were some other components. If I wanted to get the starter or the alternators, I could have got $10 a piece for them too. But sometimes it's just too much work. So by the time I sold the car, if I sell that car at the high price of a metal, I probably get about $400. So I made about $500 on that car. It's a total of $700 was being paid out on the car, but I paid $200 for it, and I recouped, and I made $500 after I paid. So that's so if you do, so think about it. If you did 5 cars a week, that's $2,500 basically. That was good money. I was doing 10, 20 cars a week.
That was how long ago?
That was back in 2008 to
And
2000.
how do you even get a hold of a fire truck? How
Well,
old
they
was
would just
it?
call me. It was
The
like
city?
in the 70s. It was in Ringo, Louisiana. And they said, man, we was trying to get rid of it. I think I gave maybe a couple $100 for it. But it was so hard getting up on my trailer. It was, I mean, that joke was.
So it's in probably 1970s, dating back 1970s.
Yeah.
And it was the fire department or the city?
It was a fire department. It was probably the city. It's so long. It was Ringo. It was a Ringo old fire truck. Now, I remember putting it up. I had a picture of it. When I find it, I'll show it to you. Yeah, it was huge. And I couldn't believe that I got it up on my trailer. Oh yeah, we make a lot of money.
How's a month?
I say for about a good year.
You had a specific buyer?
I had a buyer in Texarkana, tri-state, and I had what you call a commercial. I was a commercial account. I had to bring 10,000 pounds at a time. I had a trailer, and I stacked 4 cars on there. I brought it at one time. It's about at least 10,000 pounds. And I bring it down to them, and they pay me way more money than they pay just for regular customers because I'm a commercial account.
It's like a field that's hidden. Things wrong now and then.
It's money and scrap. Yeah. And so, Trump, he done put all these tariffs and stuff. It's probably gonna be good for me, for my business, because I make more money. Some people it hurts, some people it helps. Yeah, I do it part time. Like I said, that's my truck and trailer. I used to have I got lots of trailers and stuff. I got one that hauled 4 cars.
Any employees?
No, just me and my wife. We just do it. We just do it part time.
Too.
Oh yeah, she can do it. I taught her
$1 million business for you?
Well, no, you know what? Over the period of time, I made over $1 million. Absolutely.
You're a millionaire.
I ain't got it to show. I just sold this little car here. I just made $325. So if I had 4 of those, that would have brought me like, let's see, 3 times 4, $1,300 if I had 4 of them. But I cut 3 converters off of that, and I still made that.
You just hand over the whole car?
Yeah. I don't see. They won't let me take my aluminum rims. Okay, that's fine. I do cut off my converters, and I cut 3 of them off the vehicle I just took. So converters ain't as much now. I might get maybe $40 a piece for one now.
So, where'd you pick that car up at?
I picked it up. Somebody called me. I picked it up in Shreveport, and guy wanted it out of his yard.
Just out of it, no charge.
I paid him $150 for it.
Just because you wanted to? Yeah.
Well, most people want money because I got in a we buy junk car. That's my ad.
Is it cutthroat competition?
It used to be.
Harass you?
Well, they say, when I put my ad in the paper, everybody start putting the ad in the paper.
Did you ever encounter anyone at the same time at the spot?
I've encountered people say you can't have that car. I said, well, they called me, and the person right there said, well, it was a hostile situation. I said, well, I'm not gonna sit here and fight over a car. I mean, it ain't worth it to me.
So when you take the car,
I sign it. License plate. What I do is, like, you call me, said, it's a car in my yard. I don't own it. I need it out of my yard. I'm licensed with the state of Louisiana. I got an affidavit.
As a what? A repo person?
I'm not a repo person. I'm just a dismantler. But I buy junk cars. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna write out the receipt and write your name. It's like a sworn affidavit that you called me. And I pay you for it, or if I don't pay you for it, I just pick it up. And what happens? I'm supposed to send it into a car thing, a special place. And what happens is I put in the VIN number, and I put in who I bought it from, and their license number. And if it's stolen, they're gonna come to you. They're gonna come to me. They're gonna come to you. I'm covered. You know what I'm saying?
Have you had that?
Oh yeah, I got one right there back there that's stolen. I know the guy, but he's in jail. But I'll wait till he get out of jail. Ask him why he sold me a stolen car.
So you wipe your hands off whenever they
as long as I got my paperwork. Yeah. As long as I got my paperwork, I'm good.
So you don't have to do any reporting. They find it.
They find it. Yeah. That's why you got to send it in. It's called auto. That's the name of auto.
Yeah. Is that the only process for?
Well, you're supposed to do that, but if I don't want to sell it to the junkyard, I just hold on to it. You know what I'm saying? I don't, because once you put it in auto hold, you can never use that car again. Nobody can ever use it. Nobody can get a title to it. It's done.
Auto Hope?
It's called Auto Hulk. AUTO Hulk. H like Incredible Hulk.
I never known. That's y'all got kind of like a junkyard going on.
Yeah, a little junkyard, but I'm not really open to the public.
Your
Chickens, yeah.
Do you have to pay any taxes?
Taxes. I'm licensed, but I mean, my deal is I got to pay him at the end of the year.
Your son was 20 at the time.
My son was 20. I'm paying him about 10 grand. I told him, I said, man, a school called Industrial Instrumentation. He came to me. He said, Dad, I'm ready to go to school. I got him enrolled in this school in Minden, and they have industrial instrumentation. At the time, it was a 2-year course, but now it's only a year and a half. So when he came out of school, he graduated top. He was looking for a job. He found a job at an oil company, at a gas company, and they hired him. And as he, had to take his physical, they canceled the job. He was so hurt. So he waited about 7 months, and he was just looking for a job. He couldn't find it. He was so sad. He found a job out there in Carthage, close to Carthage, Texas. He said, I know I ain't gonna get the job, but he dressed up, put him a tie on, and he went out there, and man, they gave him the job. They gave him a $14,000 signing bonus, and started him out at $25 an hour. And industrial instrumentations. And it's dealing, think about it like this. They got a robotic arm there in Minden. And they had Nissan come down a few years ago, want to know if they knew anybody that knew anything about that. They can make up to $300 an hour. It's dealing with programming anything that's automated. It programs like they got these fast food restaurants trying to go. Well, somebody's got to program that, and that's what my son does. So he works for electric that makes electricity for the city of Austin with wood chips, and he does all that stuff. They have to learn all that stuff. But now, right now, make a long story short, you might not want me to tell you this, but he's been there for 12 years. He's a boss now. He makes right at $200,000 a year right now.
Jeez, and he's only in his early 30s.
He just turned 36 yesterday. Yeah, he went to 2 year school. Now it's a year and a half. Your nephew, I can get him to talk to my son, but they need smart people. Industrial instrumentation. You can work in any field. I mean, if you want to control robots or anything innovative.
Where did he go?
In Minden. It's called Northeast Vocational College. Yeah. It's called Industrial Instrumentation. And I can get my son to talk with him and discuss what he could. I got another guy that we help. He went to our church. Here. He actually works in Texas, but he comes here all the time. He still goes to church. So. But
what's his company name?
He works for it used to be Southern Company, but it's another name. They sold out to another company. It's an electric company, but it starts with an N. That's all I know. But I had another guy named Johnny, right? And Johnny was finna join the service, and Anthony got this job, right? He's about Anthony's age, a little bit younger. And we said, man, you all consider going to the college. I said, you go to the Air Force. I said, but you make more money doing this. And he thought about it. He said, he went to school. He finally went to school. And he's making about $160,000 a year. He works for a steel. They produce steel. And he's a INC tech, industrial instrumentation tech. And he makes about $160,000 right now. He got a look. He was working around here, but he got a better job working in Memphis, Tennessee. He just got it like maybe 3 months ago.
The potential for these guys.
But what I'm trying to say is, it's money, and the sky's the limit. I'm telling you, 10 years from now, the average pay gonna be about $200,000 to $300,000. Yeah, just for that. Yeah, yeah. Tariff might affect us. Good or bad? I think that it might take a while, but we're gonna eventually. My price of junk cars is gonna go up because if everybody's making metal in the United States, they're gonna need some scrap metal. That's the easiest thing to refurbish scrap metal instead of trying to get it out the ground. Yeah, so they're gonna need some scrap metal.
Thank you. And I think
yeah.
Sense of what's actually going on, as opposed to what we're hearing.
Just like anything else, Biden was in there. I mean, my business wasn't good under him, but it might be good under Trump. So there you go. I've talked to a lot of people say their business is better under Trump. So I don't know.
We'll see. It's just been
We'll
a
see.
couple of months.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I ain't got nothing against him. I think everybody should be able to run his plan.
The upside to me is if somebody's actually trying to do something.
Mm-hmm.
It was lingering this past 3-4 years.
Yeah, I mean,
you didn't know who was doing what. Is that someone actually doing anything?
At least he will talk and say what he's doing.
We didn't see anything. It seems like everyone was on vacation.
Tell me about it.
So, anyways, that's all.
It's awesome.
But I appreciate you.
Yeah.
You say your name?
My name Mark Frost, like Jack Frost.
Thanks.